How are you doing, folks? My name is Gavin Pepper. I'm a community activist and I'm here today to show you the inequalities of where they are placing the decision making for these direct provision centres in the community. Right? This building here is one of the many empty units here in Dublin 4. It's right opposite the Vincent's Hospital and it's down the road from RTE. And today I'm going to show you a load of these empty buildings and hotels that are around this area, because it has come to my knowledge that there is no direct provisions, to my knowledge, in centres in this area, and we have to address this. Yeah. Right, here we are again, folks. We're at the old Geordie's Hotel. This building has 400 idle rooms in it, right? And that could house up to 800 people. Once again, in the affluent Dublin 4 area. I'm asking Roderick O'Gorman, why can't this building be used? Like, why can't this building be used? And why is it only people in the working class communities that have to deal with this, when these buildings are clearly empty and idle? This is a perfect building to be used as a direct provision centre, and it hasn't been used. And I'm asking Roderick and the government, why can't this building be used? No. And I'm going to show you more. Okay, folks, now we've shown you two other empty buildings that can house hundreds of people. And what I want to know is, we know that there is buildings, 21 direct provision buildings in Dublin Central. That's what we know, North Dublin Central, right? There is 4 in Ballymoon, there is 4 in Clondalkin. And what I want to know is, why is the working class have to face all the board? Why is it not shared? It needs to be shared across the board. Why is it the working class that always have to face this? We need fairness and equality in our country. Is that talking about diversity and equality? It's time you share. Okay, here we are again. We're at the old Bagot Street Hospital. And I want to ask Leo Bradcock. We're here on Bagot Street, and there's loads of services here. I mean, we've doctor services, dental services, loads of it. It's a lovely leafy area. We're 5 minutes from Dáil Éireann, and we're 5 minutes from an encampment site on Mount Street. And I want to ask, why is this building not being used when you are using the Turnipin Lane, for an example, which is an industrial unit with 300 men put into it, no services around whatsoever, in a little estate, in an industrial estate, when we have a big leafy area? And once again, I'm asking you, why is it not being done in the rich areas, in the leafy suburb areas? It's always us working class people that have to face this. This is proof. It's a beautiful building and it needs to be used. Look at the size of it. You could fit hundreds of people in here, and there's loads of services and schools around it. That's what I think should be done.
Just have a look around here and show you just exactly where we're talking about. We're talking about here, yeah, Pembroke Road, yeah, the hospital. It's the Royal City of Dublin Hospital.
Are these buildings not being used? I'm asking the government, Roderick O'Gorman, why the buildings are not being used, and why is it that in the working class areas where we're already stretched for resources, we haven't got doctors' appointments are being delayed by 16 days, there's loads school places, when over here in this area they're not stretched for resources, they have money in abundance, and there's loads of resources over here. And we need a politician to come out and answer this question. Why? Is this by design? Is this, because it looks to me that this is by design. It's the working class areas and the rural communities across Ireland that are taking all the burden and all the weight. The places that have no resources. And I'm asking, is this by design? Because it looks to me like it's deliberately. Why are these buildings being used that has no resources, when there's loads of resources in this area and they're not being used? There's 4 buildings right there in front of you, and those men are in tents living in dire poverty. These illegal aliens could be housed in these buildings. Here we are, folks, outside the European Liaison Building, 50 metres from the illegal alien encampment site. All the billions that's in Europe. I want to know why they're not helping these men and housing these men. Like, why? There's loads of empty buildings right around them, and they're not using their money. So where's all the money going? They're unelected European bureaucrats. Here we are again, folks. Another empty office block to let right beside this encampment site. And we're here, what they're showing loads of buildings around this area. And there's these men living in squalor. And we've Irish homeless. These illegal aliens. Why is nobody housing them when we have empty buildings right opposite across the road? And I'm asking the Irish government, why? Why is that? There has to be a reasoning for it.
Smell of urine, isn't it?
Mm.
That's what happens, isn't it, when you want?
Look, we're going past this. Look at this. This is unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. This is Ireland 2023. One of the richest countries in the world. In the whole world. And we're walking past this building. And there's illegal aliens everywhere living around it. When we've shown you loads of empty buildings that could be used and zoned for these people. And you don't seem to want to do it. You want to put them in the working class areas. I mean, look at this. Does this seem acceptable that these people have to live in these conditions? Because I want to know why. Why they're not being looked after in the rich, leafy suburb areas. There has to be an answer to this. This cannot go on. This cannot, this is a first world country with third world problems. And it's time we deal with these third world problems. You know, we have all the money in the world. You know, we've 10 billion surplus, 5 billion surplus. It's time that you use the money correctly. Okay, people, here we are in the shanty town. And I want to ask the government and the people, do you want this everywhere in all constituencies across Dublin? I mean, these will be outside your doors. This will be like in America. I say, you have to look around here. And I want to ask, this all started from one man, Roderick O'Gorman, with his tweets. He promised the world, he put it out on tweets on the world to come to Ireland and within 4 months you'll be housed. He lied to these people. He lied to them. They were promised homes and stuff like that. And we have no accommodation. So you have to ask yourselves, here we go again, folks. The government are going on about they're struggling. They're only saying this to find accommodation. Yet we found multiple empty hospitals, hotels and accommodations all in the leafy Dublin 4 area. Once again, I ask you, why? Why are these buildings not being used? Come on, you need to start answering these questions. How are you doing, folks? Gavin Pepper here again. I'm over here to talk about, we're in Balls Bridge again, and there was a building here that was going to be used as a direct provision centre, and it was actually successfully stopped by the local community who banded together to stop it. And I'm wondering, why is that and how is that done?
Are you the fellow online?
Sorry?
Are you Gavin Pepper?
I am Gavin Pepper, yeah.
I saw your stuff online, it's very good.
Thanks very much.
What are you doing here?
We're doing a documentary here. Like, we're doing a little video here based on the area here over in Balls Bridge that there's no direct provision centres in this area. And we're wondering why that is. And it's always in the predominant working class areas. And we've found countless empty properties around here. Old hotels, an old hospital that are empty. And what, are you from around the area?
Yeah, I live in Balls Bridge.
And what's the name?
I don't want to give the full name because I'm in third level institution. There's a lot of pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you like to ask if you...
That's my first name. Yeah.
Emma, you're in third level institution, eh?
I'll get you a mic and you can... I don't want to say which one now, but, you know, what are friends, though, like, in all of them nearly on the south side.
Right, can I ask you a few questions, Emma?
You can, yeah.
Right, well, Emma, can I ask you, you're saying you're in third level education and your friends over here and on the north side and stuff. Can I ask you...
on the south side, I don't know anybody.
You're south side, right,
Yeah.
no, probably all your friends on the south side. Can I ask you something? Why do you think that there is no direct provision centres here on the south side where there's plenty of room, plenty of services, and they're all in working class areas?
Well, to be honest now, I know a lot of students on the counter protests, you know.
Right.
And they're telling me basically that they're countering what you're doing because they want the north side to get the refugees. That's what I was told.
So they're actually counter protesting us because they don't want them on this
They don't.
side of the city?
They think that if they're over on your side, they won't come over here.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now, at the worst comes the worst, they'll take the Ukrainians, but they they're uncomfortable about the unvetted ones, you know.
That's unbelievable. So you're saying that they'll take a certain demographic of the people, but they won't take another certain demographic.
Well, reluctantly, like, they don't really want any of them, to be honest.
And what I found, right, if you don't mind me asking this, Emma, as well, because like I said, you're in college with these people.
Yeah.
It looks to me, right, they're the same people counter-protesting me all the time. When we're out in protests, it's the same people. I've reason to believe that these are being paid by NGOs. Would you have any feedback on that?
I have heard, yeah. I think I heard €50 or something like that going around.
That's what? €50 they're getting?
Well, I've heard story. Yeah, I have. Like, some of my friends have told me they got paid. Yeah.
This is
don't know who's paying them
unbelievable.
now, but I've friends, you know, in like UCD, Trinity, the college, National College of Art and Design. You know what I mean? They're from all over, like Sandymount, Foxrock, Dalkey,
Dalkey, yeah, good
Killiney,
a particular
you know,
area.
our friends all over there.
But there's
And
none of these
Dundleary,
that
yeah,
are Dundleary.
a lot of them, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was told. That basically, if you get them, it means
They won't be over
they
here.
probably won't get them. You know what I mean? And they're also getting that money's handy. Like students, it's getting very expensive now. There's nowhere to very hard to rent somewhere, and
Right, another
cost of living's terrible hard.
absolutely, people are struggling. But
Yeah.
another thing I wanted to ask you. So we actually were just here. We were
I'm
talking
not
about.
on camera now.
No, you're not on the camera. We won't
There's
put
a
you
lot
on the
of pressure,
camera.
you know, a lot of pressure.
The bullying and stuff.
Yeah, if
That's
you're not
intimidation.
if you don't go along with it, like they will come after you.
Well, we were talking here. Before you came. I was going to talk about. There was a building over here that was actually going to be used as a direct provision building, and it was successfully stopped by the residents and the people in the community. Now we've done. You've the building of East Wall with the fire certs and stuff, and we've been trying to show these buildings are not fit for purpose for people to be living in. But do you believe that it's because of the wealth and the money over here in Ballsbridge that they're able to, a lot of them are solicitors, doctors, and that has to have something to do with it?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. They just throw lawyers on it, like it's the end of that.
It's unbelievable, and it's us on the working class that don't have the
I didn't know
services.
about that. Is that true? They did that, yeah, in Ballsbridge. That's amazing. That doesn't surprise me.
It's unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Look, we don't have the services on our side. Like, there's people waiting 16 days for a doctor's appointment in East Wall because the doctor in East Wall is actually catering for all the people that are in the ESB building. They were actually told that they were going to have their own services and their own doctors, and it never happened. So, like, they're taking up school places. There's no room. Like, and yet I've come over here. I've been watching on RTE, Emmett. That there's no room. What they're struggling for accommodation. I can tell you here now, in less than an hour, I found over 10 buildings with adequate space to house these people, plenty of room, and yet it doesn't happen. And when I tried to say anything, when a group of us tried to bring this up, we're called far right and agitators and stuff. And then you have Turbican Lane in Santry, where.
But fascism is the merger of corporate and state interests. You know, Mussolini said that.
He did. But what about Geordie's Hotel? I mean, there's Geordie's Hotel in empty
the National Socialists, and they were left wing. You know, in Germany, they were National Socialists. So it's a bit funny calling you far right, I think.
It's not nice, and we're just concerned parents. And then you have Geordie's Hotel. This is one of the ones that has bothered me. It's empty years, and you fit 800 people in it. And then right across the building, there's another big gigantic building, the old Israeli embassy. You fit 1,000 people in it by the look of it. And so I'm saying, how come the people over here don't band together? I mean, they're coming over to our area and counter protesting us, saying that we don't want these people in our area. And it's so upsetting, and it breaks me heart. And I'm saying that this is not fair. And it's proof. You're just proof there. Like, as I said, you're in college, so they're actually a group of people getting paid for this.
That's what I heard. All right, yeah. Listen, I better go because I'm afraid someone will spot me now.
Can I ask you something, Emmett?
Get thrown out.
So you're in college with these people. If that's the way they feel, then that would kind of make them racist a bit, wouldn't it? They would be racist in a way if they don't want it. It's suiting their agenda to not have them in their area.
Well, they seem to be protesting like that you should take them on your side, and I don't see them like saying, outside these areas saying, "Come in here." You don't see them around the areas you've mentioned.
It's not fair. Is there any foreign nationals? Would there be many foreign nationals living on this side?
No, never seen them, no.
That's unbelievable.
No.
So if that's not discrimination against the working class, then I don't know what is.
They're like Caucasian like ourselves, so
yeah, but that's not what we're getting.
Much.
This is unbelievable. That's not what we're getting, Emmett. And we're being called I'm being called the baddie. And that's all we're trying to do is show people these people have destroyed the red cow. That every time we've tried, we found a man that caused loads of trouble in Mount Street, and the media made it out that we were the other side was the bad side.
Most people I know think there's too many. I mean, there was that.
There is too many. Yeah.
There was a poll, I think.
And what about I don't know if you, as you said, you've been following me. My friend got ran over by a fella, Stephen Bedford. Are you aware of the name?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Stephen Bedford, was by law told that he couldn't turn up to any more protests. Yeah, he's been at every one of them. He was actually arrested in a van on Sandwich Street. He was took away in a Garda van. He's turned up constantly and predominantly keeps going to East Wall for some reason. And he's turning up everywhere.
Well,
and yet now he's planning to go.
The cops are supposed to be impartial, aren't they not?
Well, I don't feel like the cops are doing their job helping us. Like, this is not right. Like, this is, like, it feels like a one-sided thing. And then RTE are not reporting this. The media is not reporting this. You know, and like this is dumbfounding. I'm sitting here, I'm standing here, and I'm trying to show people what's going on. Here's a lad like yourself, you're from the area, you live here, you're going to college, and you know the people that are doing this. And so politicians must be actively involved in this. It has to be, like.
Yeah, I wouldn't know now, but it's strange, all right, yeah.
Has any of the politicians, you know, I was being in UCD in particular, Belfield one time, when I used to do deliveries. And I was just wondering, did you ever experience this in any of the colleges? You are not just picking on UCD in particular. But when I was in this college, there was pictures all over of Richard Boyd Barrett in the lobby area, in the hallway area. He was going to have a seminar there. So do politicians actively go to schools and have these sort of things in colleges? Because I didn't know they did. Now, I don't know if he's a lecturer or himself. I don't know much about it.
I've seen those posters, all right, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
But
like, I just can't. I
got to get to college anyway.
Pardon?
I have to go to a lecture soon, so.
Okay, yeah, fair play to you.
Emmett, I really appreciate for you even stopping and talking to us. Thanks very much. And it's great to get a bit of insight from the other side.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. And I'm glad you're watching the videos and all, and I appreciate it.
No,
you're not on the camera. You have my word. You're not on the camera.
No, I have you.
We don't do that sort of thing. We don't need to do that sort of thing. All we are is genuine, concerned parents across the country that's being called all sorts of names. And all we're trying to do is show the inequalities of the Dublin 4 area and the Dublin other side. Thank you very much, Emmett.
Thanks very much.
Well, there you go, folks. I mean, there you go, right? So this man is just at the stopping here. He's in college. He's at the coming here. And he's at the answering genuine questions from me. And so what more do people need to see? Like, what more do I need to show you? Like, to show the inequalities that's going on and how the working class is being treated. This is definitely classism. We're being treated differently from the upper class. And this needs to stop.
And just by that man coming on there now, Emma, and just not being coming on the camera, that shows you how much fear is in the people of this country, that they do not want to be shown on camera when they're telling the truth. And that's happening all over.
100%. And look, I said, that's Paul Fitzsimons speaking there. He's coming over and he's doing these videos with me for the Freedom Network. And this needs to get out. This is just becoming ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. And the government are going to have to answer questions. We don't want to know why. The basic question here is why. Why is there no direct provision centres when I've proven adequately that there is umpteens amount of roofs on this side of the city, and it's all in the working class poor areas like Clondalk and Ballymun, Tallaght, East Wall, and it's never in Dalkey, Killiney, Blackrock or Ballsbridge. Now, let's see what people have to say about that. Thank you very much, folks.
Here we are outside the Assumption Convent in Finglas. This was being planned to be used as a direct provision centre. So, have you anything to say about this, Gavin? Do you know any more about this?
Yeah, Paul, how are you doing? Listen, like, this is a nuns convent, right? There's 2 nuns in it, and they're planning, it's being bought, so they're planning to use it as a direct provision centre. Now, the problem with this is, it's facing, if you see this building here, if you just turn the camera, Paul, that building over there is actually a women's refuge centre.
Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable, yeah, right? Michael's school is just there, right? There's a secondary school just there. It backs on to 2 primary schools, and there's a primary school right over there.
Jesus Christ.
Like, this is shocking. There's a laneway and all in the back of it.
Yeah.
And they're planning on sticking undocumented, unvetted illegal aliens in here as well.
And we were actually out yesterday, you'll see it in the documentary, that we were out looking at places out in Dublin 4 yesterday, and we found umpteen of these, didn't we, Gavin? Like, we found
over the amount.
Yeah.
And then I ask you, Paul, you're here, do you see any services around
Nothing.
here? Nothing. Like, but over in that Dublin 4 area, there was doctors, dentals, vets if you have dogs, there's everything, all sorts of services and loads of empty buildings. This is an old convent. Like, do you know what I mean? Right opposite a women's refuge centre. Like, it makes no sense.
It's like these places are being targeted, like, isn't it?
Handpicked to devalue properties in the area, to put women and children in danger in the area. It's to discredit the area. Like, you know what I mean? We already have enough social and economical problems here. We don't have enough Garda resources. We don't have enough doctors. We don't have enough services. We don't have enough places for the kids in schools. This makes no sense.
It seems to be just the same trend over and over again. Like Cork put it into the underprivileged places, Dublin put it into the underprivileged places, Kildare underprivileged. Everywhere there's, I'm not saying underprivileged as such, I'm saying, you know, people who, they wouldn't be rich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going into these rich places where the likes of Fox Rock or anywhere like that. There's nothing like that happening here. You know, it's coming into our estates, Dublin 15, Dublin 11. You know, it's not going into the Dublin 4s and Dublin 2s. And, you know, it's just, it beggars belief now.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like Darragh O'Brien and Malahide, it's not affecting him. You know, he's the housing minister. And it's gas. These people are just hypocrites. They're beyond hypocrites. They're sending over people here to protest against us, to say they welcome refugees, but they're from these areas, these affluent, rich, leafy suburbs, and they're not having any there. So it's hypocritical, and it's racism, and it's classism.
Thanks. Well, Gavin, here we are, Unit 29. Is it Airways Industrial Estate, Hornibin Lane?
It is indeed.
And, Jesus, as you can see, this place is just, look, like, I'll just show you there. Like, all it is industrial units. Like, there's nothing actually in here that's anyway an amenity for these people to use. And there, as you can see, there's deliveries coming and going there as we are here. So I'd say they're getting food and all dropped in. But, like, that's no place for anyone to be living.
Absolutely not, Paul. As you can see, there's actually beds up in the window there. Can the camera see the beds up there, Paul? There's 2 beds right there. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is an industrial unit. This is what we're talking about. There's no services here. Absolutely zero. It's elderly people that just live in a little laneway up the road there. Around the corner is a kids' jump zone centre. There is no doctors here. There is no services here. And they have already got 60 odd men in here, planning to put 300 in. Like, this is ridiculous. This should be closed down immediately. This is what I'm talking about the south side and the north side, about the indifferences and the inequalities that they're doing. This place is not fit for purpose. It needs to be shut down. There was elderly women here protesting, and the Gardaí manhandled them. Let's call a spade. They manhandled them. And when we the protest the next day to counter-protest what they did, I asked one of the guards, the video was there, to apologise. Did he feel sorry? And he said no, literally to me face, no, he didn't feel sorry. So I blame Simon Harris particularly for that, Paul. Simon Harris is responsible for that, and Drew Harris gave it the go-ahead.
And what you're saying, 300 people are coming in here?
Yeah.
Sure, there wouldn't be 300 men in a 2-mile radius of this place. Like, and there's houses, a lot of houses, like probably around the corner and what have you, but I don't think there'd be 300 men. You'd be pushed hard to find 300 men in a 2-mile radius of this place.
Definitely not. I mean, there's a park just up the laneway there, that's saying just up the road there, that goes through. You know, women go on walks with their dogs, young children out playing. You know, you've these men here, like, it's not a safe environment.
We don't know who these
We don't know who they are. They're all undocumented. They're all unvetted. They're illegal aliens. That's what they are. We don't know their criminal history, their criminal past, and they're just being let in their droves. That's putting the women and children in danger.
Pushed on to the depraved. I'm not even saying depraved areas. I'll say lower class areas. It's a class issue here. It's definitely a class issue.
Of course it is. It's us lower class people. They're just pushing them on their areas, and they're going on about inequality and fairness. Well, then, prove me wrong. Take them into your areas. Take them off the docky. Take them off the Clooney. I want to see the evidence to prove I showed you empty buildings. It's yours turn.
Well, here we are, Gavin. The site of the Stardust in Artane, where again, as you can see, 48 young people lost their lives. Valentine's Day 81. They never came home, and they have put migrants in on this site as well, isn't it?
Yeah, at the back of this is the one. It's the heartbreaking one for all of us. At the back of this, there's loads of apartment things they built, and they've all migrants in there as well. And this is like a stab in the back of the people who died here and their families, and it's hurt a lot of people. And it's just not the right place to be putting migrants. The right facilities. I don't believe it at all. It's just that this one just hurts the heartstrings of the people.
Okay, in saying that, they have a Lidl's. That's it, Lidl's.
A supermarket.
Supermarket.
And they have probably the Artane shopping centre over there. So
yeah.
You know, but I just.
But they shouldn't be in industrial
units. They just shouldn't be.
It's not the right.
No,
it's
not.
This is like a shrine. This is a shrine.
A shrine. Like it's a sacred place for people to come. Family members. I mean, it should be used just as that. You know, at night time all these centres are shut, but you have men and stuff hanging around when they shouldn't be. This should be so people can come up and pay their respects, and it's It's really not right. It's sacred. It's sacred ground. You don't mess with sacred ground. You know what I mean? It's like putting a parking block on a bloody cemetery. You wouldn't do it, would you? Common sense would tell you not to do it.
Yeah.
And the government have to answer for that as well. It's just not right.
Well, here we are now, Gavin, outside the ESB building in East Wall. Another direct provision centre with countless men in it, and I believe that they're doing renovations at the back of this place again to house even more men. Have you anything to say about this one, Gav?
Yeah, there's actually over 300 people, and it's gone to 500 now. They're doing renovations on the back of it that can make it go up to nearly 800 people. There is no services for the people around here. This is the one I was telling people about. People are waiting 16 days for a doctor's appointment in East Wall with the doctor, because they were promised that they would have doctors and all to cater for them.
On site, like?
On site, and there's none. So they're actually using the local doctor.
Is there not an ambulance somewhere parked up out around here?
Nothing.
Okay.
There's an ambulance here every day because they keep calling ambulances.
Okay.
This place needs to be closed down. The people, it's not fair. It's always the working class areas that this is hit with. Once again, as you can see, where there's no services around, schools around here and all. Like, look around you. See for yourself.
It's all just building work going on there.
Construction.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So this is what it's all about. It's the inequalities here. It's not fair. It needs to be gone. This is Roderick O'Gorman's fault. And you know, he talks about communication and then admits, even when he said for the people of Inch, you'll have to come up to Dublin to talk to me. Look, I don't know who these politicians think they are, because it's time it's up to the south side now. The south side is not taking any of these people, and it's being left where there's no resources, and these are draining all their resources. Like, this is getting out of hand. Once again, I ask the government, why? Why is it here?
Why is it
not?
always here on the north side in underprivileged houses? And it's gone ridiculous, like, and they've no answers for you.
No,
and they just duck and dive,
Why? No fire search, no nothing. Then they come out and say, this is done, that's done. It's all a scam. It's a scam, the whole lot, and it's to push us down. Keep the rich separate to the poor.
We're outside the CMARC building here in it's on the Booterstown Road. If you can see that there, it's a big building. And again, Gavin, why is there nobody in it?
Here we go, right beside Vincent's Hospital, Millionaires Road, Booterstown Avenue. Look at this is the Ellen Park building. Look at the size of this place. Look at the size of it. It's huge. It's a monstrous building. It's taken past 20 years. Sorry, man, how long's it here?
20 years.
20 years. You gotta say 15 years and it's not been out. There you go. There's a lady just telling there. 15 to 20 years this building's been lying idle. That's a resident just at the walking past. Let me take us around this place. There is no undocumented illegal aliens living in this place. And once again, the rich are not sharing this. This is shocking. Look at the size of this empty building. There's no excuse. It's empty years. You telling me that cannot be used as the direct provision
That could
centre?
house thousands of people.
I would say that would easily hold 4,000 to 5,000 people. The size of the place. The size of the place. Look at it. It's a monstrous building. Well, you know what? There'll be nobody put here, Tom, and I'll tell you what. Look at the kids over there. Some little show going on. It doesn't affect the kids in these areas. It doesn't affect them. There's plenty. You're right beside the hospital. You have all the services here. So tell me, Roderick O'Gorman, tell me, Leo Varadkar, tell me, Mary Lou MacDonald and Sinn Féin and the left parties who don't bring this up in the doll and mention nothing about it. You go on that you are for the people and how you represent the people. You don't represent any of us. You are all fraudsters, the whole lot of you. This building is empty years. This is a disgrace. Paul, what do you think?
I'm looking at this building here now. Jesus Christ, you could turn it into a hotel for them. You know, like, why not? Like, why should we have to take all of the burden on the north side when we have no amenities and we're poor? Just to be honest with you, that's what we are. We're poor people. And these rich people are just they're not getting what we have. You know, why are they not getting it?
It's shocking. I'm a taxpayer and paying taxes since I'm 16 years of age. My taxes are paying for all this. And I'm the one being left with it. Put onto airport areas, all of our working class areas that have no services, no guards, no doctors, waiting hospitals hours. And over here, yous are avoiding it for a very long time. The Dennis O'Briens, all the big rich people that have all the money. It's not affecting yous. It's not affecting the kids in this area. There is no excuse. There is no reason. They all want to wake up because we're not putting up with it anymore. This is an absolute shame. A shame on the nation. It makes the people of this area racist and classism. You just want to keep the poor, send it all, and the crime rate goes up in your area. You won't get any crime over here because there's nobody here to commit crime. It's disgraceful, and we're going to hold you accountable for this. There's no excuse, and I'm going to call every party out in the door, every single one of you, Paul Murphy, Richard Boyd Barrett. You are all blocking me on Twitter because you are running from the hills, because you know that the truth is coming out. You can't hide the truth from us. The people are going to see this. This is racism against the people that came in here. 100% racism by you. We're being left to house all these people, and we don't have any service accommodations. You're putting them into units, industrial estates, schools, little buildings. And here we are, a castle, and there's nobody being put in here. Disgraceful.
Well, here we are now. We're at the pulling in to the Zurich building here beside Frascati. Is a Frascati shopping centre. There's Frascati across the road. First thing we see is refurbished offices to let. Here we go again, Gav.
Well, Paul, here we are in leafy Blackrock. Look at to let. There's units up there, and the people all having coffee and all with not a care in the world, because it doesn't affect these people. It only affects the working class people. And these people don't see it. That doesn't affect them at all. This is what's going on. This building could be used. This could be used as a direct provision centre. Look at them. They all live in another world from us working class poor people. You know, we can't just hang around in the afternoon having a coffee. You know what I mean? We have to go to work. And all these men, put the men in there. Put men in there and see how they feel. Let them have a coffee with them. Let them sit there and have a lovely coffee in a big shopping centre. Loads of services for them there to use. Yeah. Hot Roderick, Leo, come on. You have to answer. Why? Why are these not being used? Come on. We are in the most famous racist town in Ireland, Dalkey. So this is where they make all decisions. The rich, who turn on the poor all the time. This is it. Here we are, Dalkey Village. You can't be any more racist than the people down here, because there's no direct provision centre down here.
Can I just say something too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Since we left Ringsend, I haven't seen one person of colour or a foreign person. Honestly, no, I haven't.
Absolutely not. Sure, why would he? You know what I mean? It's not down here. This is the homogenous area of Dalkey, you know, where they don't have anyone. Look at there they all are there in the restaurant having a gargle. Not a care in the world. Well, we in the working class area suffer with all this, and you have to laugh at it. You have to. It's just over this way. It's unbelievable, and it's just they're getting away with it for far too long. They're all racist, the whole lot of them. Every one of them in that room there, and to me, they're all racist, and that's what they are, because they haven't took any people down here, and they don't intend on taking anybody down here. Paul, have you seen? Look at them. Not one non-national. There's no non-nationals down here. This area is racist as anything, and I don't care how people take it.
And the Hermitage Centre.
Look at there you go.
Yeah, we've nothing like that.
Nothing like that. You know, there's nothing like that in Finglas. Look at this.
Look at this. This is the architecture out here is just brilliant.
Phenomenal. And that's what it is. That's what it is. You just have to laugh. There's not a care in the world out here. These people don't see what's going on in the communities.
Life, isn't it? It's like they live in a different bubble.
A completely another world. I mean, watch this. This is. I'll just watch. This is an example of the people. Watch. Sorry, sir. I will ask this lady coming by. Just watch. This is an example of the indifferences. Sorry. Do you know where the nearest direct provision centre is? No, exactly. I didn't think so. See, they haven't got a clue, because there is no direct provision centre here. That's what it is. That's the difference. They don't have a clue what's going on down here.
Do you have a clue?
Well, they know what's going on, but they don't care, because they don't want it down here. They won't have the problems that we have, folks. They've been getting away with it for years. It's never came. David McWilliams, you know, when he goes on about the Stalky Book Festival, hey, David, the Mr. Super Economist, who one day is on your side and the next day is against you. It's all about money. It's you know, Rory Ahern with his books on gaffs, talks about bringing in mass migration. And how do you house these people? You don't. And it doesn't affect the communities. You know, Christy Moore. Oh, Christy, true, you ride the finest horse. Yeah, would you give her over, would you? You clown. You're clowns. The whole lot of you. Oh, hold on, we'll ask this lady. Sorry, ma'am, do you know where the nearest direct provision centre is? No. Sorry, do you know where the nearest... No. Didn't think so. There's no direct provision centres down here. These people are racist. Natural racists, in my opinion.
Well, Gav, here we are in the beautiful part of this country, which is Dalkey. And as you said, like we've seen one coloured guy there, but I think he was Indian. And this is a beautiful, tranquil spot. It'd be a shame for it to be ruined by illegal aliens.
Oh, definitely. You know, You couldn't possibly put any undocumented, unvetted illegal aliens down here. Look at this place, right? Look at the indifferences. This is what's wrong with Ireland. These people down here are racist. They refuse to take any illegal migrants down here. It's always put in the working class areas. So that proves that the people at Dalkey, Killiney, Blackrock, Ballsbridge are racist. There's none buildings being used. We've went through the town, we went through Ballsbridge, we've shown all the empty buildings, and look at it. Does this look like Ballymun or Finglas to you? No. This is what's wrong. And you don't see Rodrigo Gorman, or you don't see Leo Varadkar, or Murdy Lou MacDonald, or Gary Gannon, or any of them out here protesting to bring people down here. They don't come out, they come over to airsides and counter-protest us. This is disgusting. This is what's wrong with the country. You need to start taking and sharing the burden. You need to start taking them out here and taking them to Ballsbridge, because that is clearly all racist down here. Dalkey is a racist community, 100%.
Well, here we are, Gavin, now outside the SIAC building in Clondalkin. And as you can see, people are coming and going there. And just another area with this direct provisions in it is it's just gone ridiculous now.
The insanity, Paul, is beyond a joke. This building here has hundreds in it. We put hundreds in it. Look at the size of it. And right across from the housing estate, like, look at the gentleman there, as you can see. They don't even walk out the gate. He just goes through the gap, you know. They're avoiding everybody, these people, you know. And that's what it is. They're undocumented. They're unvetted. They're illegal aliens. And those women and children just walking across, like, they don't even realise what's around them because they're not being told by the government. These people are just being stuck in. Everything is not being said. It's being hid. And this is what the problem is. It's always been put in the predominantly working class areas. And when anyone tries to say that, they get called names left, right and centre. And it's not fair. We've seen and we've proven throughout the course of this, what we've been doing, is that there is adequate and plenty of room and services in the leafy suburb areas. Ballsbridge, Pembroke Road, there was loads. There was everywhere. There was loads of buildings. The Ellen Park building, you'd fit 5,000 people in it, handy, all day long. You know, Geordie's Hotel, you'd fit hundreds in it. The old Israeli building, hundreds in it. It's just shocking. And this is what the government will not answer. It's going to have to stop. The people can't put up with this anymore. They're stretching our resources. They're wrecking the cities. They're destroying the accommodation they're in. They're causing trouble in the Red Cow down the road. And nothing, RTE, fake news network, will just keep refusing to show it. And we have to take it to the wealthy people now. And we have to expose the people that are making money and profit from this. And we will. And we'll expose every one of you, and have no doubts of what we're capable of exposing you, because we're going to keep it and chase the money right down the ground. We're not going to go away. We're not going to do it. Our children and the women of our country is at risk here, and we're going to stop that.
How you doing, people? Here we are now outside the Shanty pub in Mulhuddard, where we have been told on good information that this is going to be a migrant centre. There's also a Tesco's Express at the back of this. It's a big enough unit. Both units together will be very big. Now, nobody's talking about this. We've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. But listen, if you put 200 men into this estate, this is not going to be good, you know. Like, that's just the pub itself, and I'll show you down the back now. We'll go down the back. As you can see here now, this is the Tesco. This used to be the old Tesco Express. Okay. It runs into the shanty, it runs into them buildings. It's a big enough floor area. Now, I don't know how many they're going to put in there, but this is earmarked for it. It's gone into the council already. We know it's gone into the council. I'm waiting to talk to Paul Donnelly to see what he has to say about this, but they all need to come clean about this. You can't just be putting this stuff into people's areas without talking to them. Now, I know for a fact it's in the county council at the minute, and we need to talk about this because the people in Mulhuddard need to know what's going on in their area. Like, you look and you put another 100 men in here of Asian, whatever they are, black, African, whatever, it's really going to upset the apple cart in here. There's a lot of young fellas around here, that little hard men, I'm not saying little hard men, but they won't want to upset the apple cart here. They won't want these fellas coming in here and taking over their area, and it's going to cause friction. That's exactly what's going to happen, and this is what this government want. Mary Lou MacDonald, Rodrigo Gorman, the whole lot of yous, Leo Varadkar, yous want the trouble. we'll bring the trouble to you. We're coming for you.
Can I ask you a quick question, Paul?
Go on, yeah, go ahead.
This, look at this place. There's like wooden land behind here. This is your neck of the woods. Like what? Like, yeah, like this particular area, as you said, there's young lads around here. They're not going to be happy. They're like,
No.
this is not the right place. It's
No.
a pub.
No, it's a pub. Yeah, that's it. It's a pub. And that used to be Tesco Express. You know, and you have, again, you've schools up the road. You know what I mean? You have a school across the road there in Drumheath. You know what I mean? It's over the bridge there, just over the wall there in Drumheath. Like, listen, people have to wake up and realise what's going on in these underprivileged areas. And what we've shown you over the last couple of days shows you, it illustrates what the government are doing to us. It has to stop.